What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Tori Amos. Once again, big shout out to major friend of the channel, Nigel, who shared Tori's material as well as much else, which we've only just begun to tap into. And as you can see, we're going to jump back to Little Earthquakes. I appreciate Nigel and others explaining that it was vital to do that. In my defense, I realized what happened in the folder he's made available with all the albums. I thought they were listed chronologically, but they were listed alphabetically, and Boys for Pele, it was shown first, so that's my mistake there, but we will jump back now. And the first tune on Little Earthquakes is Crucify. It's a very intense term and verb, the idea which I imagine will be manifested metaphorically and figuratively, but the idea of putting someone to death in a very excruciating and torturous way with a lot of intense pain initially and then being left out to the elements, all of these things sound very intense and unpleasant, even in a specifically metaphorical understanding, so I do wonder what will be at play. Admittedly, I don't know her music enough yet to get a sense of her songwriting or the emotional flavor of her titles and how that might relate to the intensity of the sonics. Admittedly, the double reaction I did at the beginning of Boys for Pele, that was a different sonic atmosphere than I thought I was entering, just based on my very vague memories of my brother listening to and talking about Tori Amos, so I'm curious to hear what the flavor will be. Nevertheless, let's find out. This is Tori Amos, the track is Crucify, and it's the first tune on the 1992 album Little Earthquakes.
Every finger in the room is pointing at me. I wanna spit in the face and get afraid what that could bring. Got a bowling ball in my stomach, got a desert in my mouth. Figures that my courage would choose to sell out now. I've been looking for a savior in these dirty streets, looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising up my hands, drop another nail in, just what God needs, one more victim. Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself, nothing to do is good enough for you. I crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being, still my heart is sick of being in chains. Chains.
Oh, it's so good. I was going to comment on the snare, and then she did that.
Got a kick for a dog, begging for love. I gotta have myself a ring so that I can have my cross. I know a cat named Easter, he says, will you ever learn? You're just an empty cage, girl, if you kill the bird. Looking for a savior in these dirty streets.
I do like that simple bass pulse too.
Beneath these dirty sheets, I've been raising up my hands, dropping another nail in. Got enough grit to stop my whole
this is going to be a crazy journey. And again, like apparently, and maybe still this is, less common, more anomalous. Maybe there's more of like an alternative rock sort of groove, which is generally the territory I thought she was in. But this is again something that's very different from that. So, or at least a generalized understanding of that phrase. So. Perhaps I just had a mistaken understanding, which again is very secondhand about Tori's musical atmosphere. But this is a crazy tune, just incredible vocals. Her vocal agility is really impressive, the way she can just sort of dance about. And then again, I don't know if all those voices we heard are her like layered in, or if there generally were some backing vocalists, but some of those backing vocals really added to the atmosphere of the tune, which, the sentiment seemed to be that like we, push ourselves or twist ourselves into knots and, feel bad about like our, self-image and are really heavily critical in ourselves sometimes because other people are unreasonable and, nothing we do is good enough. So, why do we crucify ourselves? Which, the act of torturously putting someone to death, well, like if it's yourself and if it's not really justified, or if the people imposing that feeling on you or generating that feeling in you aren't even really behaving sympathetically or aren't really worth that whole process, like why are we doing it? Which like the force of those backing vocals like really hit that sentiment for me. So top tune. Looking forward to the rest of the album. I do see, even after just technically 3 tunes, why people were so keen to talk about Tori Amos. So, and it'll be interesting as we go along to hear, what the wider palette of her sonic, of her musical discography is. So, once again, shout out to Nigel. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.